Hello. Quite often, I receive many requests for a postdoc or any possible academic position in our department. Considering this issue, I am planning to produce a couple of videos on job search. In the first video, I am presenting 3 success stories. In the following videos, I would like to explore other possible strategies and options we could take. I will then also present more stories. I am confident many young professionals will be benefited.
Hello everyone. I would like to share my academic life, like 17 years of my teaching experience in this GCC region. So after finishing PhD to the 17 years, I worked 3 universities and 2 of them in the GCC region. My first work in a private university in Bangladesh. After first PhD, what I did, I searched the university website. All my 3 jobs actually, I got it from the university website, and especially in this GCC region, they don't put the advertisement in the internet, like the higher education jobs or Chronicle. They put on their university website, and if there is advertisement, if you apply, you will get a response whether yes or no. So my first entry-level job, so I look at the requirements, and which as a fresh PhD, I organized my CV based on that one, and I got call, and I must first job in Bangladesh. Second, just immediate after 1 year, I got the job in Sultan Qaboos University in Oman, and in this I worked here 15 years, and 15 years I have developed myself as a academician, program development. Also, I built my research capability here with the, and then I was searching for to move. And I found again in the University of Sharjah, which is my current workplace. I am working there as associate professor in the industrial engineering and engineering management department. And that was challenging for me, because after 15-year careers, they will not look for my entry level, my only PhD. They will look for something more. And I, with the help of my mentor and seniors, so I organized my CV based on that one. I focused what they're looking for. So I market my CV and cover letter based on that one. My teaching statement, my research philosophy, I give build on that one. Then I got shortlisted. I got an interview, and before the interview, which is really helpful for me, I organized my presentation. I did a mock interview with the seniors, and that was really successful for me as a third point of view. And later I got offer from University of Sharjah, which is my current workplace. And I believe that people should look for the university website for searching that one, and take the guidance from the mentors of the seniors. Thank you.
Job search, landing a job, and changing jobs is essential to progress in our career. In 1988, I moved to Sydney for my PhD. For the first day, I need to think about my first job after completing my PhD. It was not easy. As I mentioned, I went to Australia in the late 1980s, and my community was telling me, "You have come in such a difficult time. If you ask someone now, you'll get the same answer. Whatever the difficult situations, humans always make effort to overcome. And this is a natural instinct of humans as we make effort to survive."
So I'm Irtishad Ahmad, head of the Department of Civil Engineering at American University of Sharjah, and I joined the department at AUS, which is American University of Sharjah, in August 2018. Before that, I was at Florida International University as the Director of Construction Management, School of Construction Management. For a while, actually for 14 years, I was in the director position, but I joined FIU in 1990. So when I joined FIU, Florida International University, in 1990, I had a friendship with mechanical engineering professor, Dr. Richard Schwester. So in 2016, he joined AUS, American University of Sharjah, as the Dean of the College of Engineering. So when the position in civil engineering at AUS opened, he contacted me by email and asked me if I am interested to apply for that position. And if not, whether I would suggest others for that position. So I looked into it, and although initially I was not very interested, because after 28 years in Florida, I was reluctant to consider this position. But eventually, I thought that at this stage of my life, it will be a good change. So I applied and eventually got hired as head of the Department of Civil Engineering at American University of Sharjah. Now, this should not be concluded as anybody with contacts or networks can get a job or position like this. Obviously, when I applied, I had to go through the regular competition anybody else will have to go through. So I had actually four, including myself, shortlisted candidates. We are all invited, and two of them were internal candidates. So we are all invited to make our case, presentation, and meet with the chancellor, provost, faculty, and then eventually I succeeded in getting the offer, and I came to American University of Sharjah. This was a big change, obviously, for me. Now, it is important to understand the importance of networking. Networking and keeping the network alive is very important for positions and job hunting like this. In addition to that, it's also important to keep yourself, if you are a job seeker, marketable. All the time you have to be productive and keep yourself marketable. So these two items, these two criteria, marketability and network, will give you a position wherever you want. Okay, thank you.
Share market crashes, war creates crisis, and natural climate and pandemic emerge. Famine comes, and the result is human make their efforts to overcome. We must acknowledge that change represents a very natural process. One side closes, then other side opens. Same way job opportunities change their dimensions over time, and we need to run the way the modern world is moving.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. I'm Dr. Muhammad Raza Razak. I'm an academic. I originate from Bangladesh and I work in a public university in one of the GCC countries. Now, prior to this, I worked for several years in a private university in Bangladesh, and then I moved to Malaysia, where I worked in a public university, and then I came to the Middle East, to the Gulf countries. Now, what I would like to share with you today is some experiences from my own career on how to make sure that you are highly employable and you have a very good chance of getting selected. So I'll just emphasize on two things. The first thing is to look for job ads. Without job ads, don't expect to be suddenly randomly picked up and selected. It doesn't happen normally. Most of these institutions here are very process oriented. So you'll have to visit their websites, make sure that the career sites have advertised those positions, and ensure that those positions are in alignment with your personal background. This is one thing. The second thing you need to do is try to stand out in a crowd a little bit. If you just rely on submission of ads of your application and then hope that things are going to work out, that's going to be a sort of a misconception on your part, because there's a lot of competition. So you need to stand out in the crowd. Now, how do you go about doing that? What I would suggest is that go into the website of the department that you are planning to join, and within that department, look for the email of the head of the department, and also some of the faculty who are currently working there, whose background might be close to what your background is, and correspond with them and show some interest in joining that institution. So what would happen is that when the shortlisting process is there, they will remember your name and they will try to relate it within their decision-making process. So in this way, you can enhance your chance of being selected. Thank you.
There are no shortcuts. I believe in luck or blessing and efforts. And I'm sure both played a role. I'm confident you have gained some ideas on the job search in the GCC. If you would like to watch more of such videos, please subscribe to this channel. Inshallah, I'll be back with more stories.